6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Muhammad Zubair Khan. First, the headlines. Pakistan and China have agreed to fast-track the bilateral cooperation agenda for mutual benefit of peoples of two countries in 2023 and beyond. Prime Minister has emphasized on increasing exports in IT sector up to $15 billion in 3 years. Pakistan and Iraq have agreed to increase bilateral cooperation to promote a comprehensive pilgrimage policy. Speaker National Assembly has urged parliaments to find innovative solutions of the emerging challenges of climate change and rapidly changing world. Foreign Office says Pakistan is determined and capable to counter any threat to its peace and security. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world are observing Right to Self-Determination Day today. On fourth day of the second cricket test against New Zealand in Karachi, Pakistan, in their second innings lost their 2 wickets without scoring single run at stumps today. And now the news in detail. Pakistan and China have agreed to maintain close communication to fast-track the bilateral cooperation agenda for mutual benefit of the people of the two countries in 2023 and beyond. The agreement reached during a comprehensive telephonic conversation between Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Chinese Premier Li Keqiang today. The two leaders' discussion was characterized by warmth and cordiality in keeping with the best traditions of the Pakistan-China all-weather strategic cooperative partnership. The Prime Minister and the Chinese Premier exchanged New Year greetings, noting that bilateral relations had grown to new heights in 2022 and agreeing to maintain the steady momentum of bilateral cooperation in 2023. They also discussed regional issues of mutual interest. Premier Li Keqiang assured the Prime Minister that China views Pakistan not only as a strategic friend but as a country whose stability and economic welfare is of utmost importance to the region and to China. He said China would always stand in solidarity with Pakistan. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has emphasized on increasing information technology exports from $2.6 billion to $15 billion in the next 3 years. Chairing a meeting regarding promotion of IT sector in Islamabad today, the Prime Minister said Pakistan has enormous potential in this IT sector which needs to be fully exploited. He said IT curriculum should be aligned in line with the market needs. He said Pakistani entrepreneurs have played a vital role in the promotion and development of the IT sector. Shehbaz Sharif also instructed the Higher Education Commission, universities and training institutes to work on priority basis to increase the number of IT professionals from 600,000 to 1.5 million in the country. Representatives of the IT industry apprised the meeting about their problems. They also presented their suggestions for the resolution of their issues. Pakistan and Iraq have agreed to increase bilateral cooperation. The willingness came in a meeting between Minister for Overseas Pakistanis and Human Resource Development Sajid Hussain Turi, who met with Iraqi Ambassador Hamid Lafta in Islamabad today. They discussed bilateral relations and the problems of Pakistani pilgrims, especially those stranded in Iraq. Both expressed their desire to sign an MOU soon to increase bilateral cooperation to promote a comprehensive pilgrimage policy, employment opportunities for Pakistanis in Iraq, and to send Pakistani manpower to Iraq and curb illegal immigration. The Iraqi ambassador formally invited the federal minister to visit Iraq next month to finalize the pilgrimage policy and export Pakistani manpower to Iraq, which he accepted. National Assembly Speaker Raja Parvez Ashraf has said that the parliaments have to be innovative for inventing new ways to resolve the challenges faced by nations. Addressing the participants of 26th Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of Commonwealth on role of Speaker and Presiding Officer in leading parliamentary innovations in Canberra, Australia, he said the world is going through sweeping changes. He said that the global upheaval caused by the coronavirus pandemic called for a new working and social environment, while the catastrophes brought by the steep climate change also desired a new approach to human living. Chief of Army Staff General Syed Asim Munir is on official visit to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. During his week-long visit, the Army Chief will be meeting the senior leadership of both the brotherly countries to discuss matters of mutual interest, military-to-military cooperation, and bilateral relations focusing security-related subjects. This is Radio Pakistan. Foreign Office says Pakistan is determined and capable to counter any threat to its peace and security. Responding to queries of media persons in her weekly news briefing in Islamabad today regarding terrorist threat emanating from Afghanistan, Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said that engagement mechanisms between Pakistan and Afghanistan are functional. She said Pakistan will continue to engage with the Afghan side on matters of mutual concerns, including security and border management. Responding to a question, she said a positive momentum is being witnessed in relations between Pakistan and the United States. She said Pakistan wants to proceed forward on the basis of mutual trust, respect, and interest. As regards the International Conference on Climate Resilient Pakistan being held in Geneva on Monday next, the spokesperson said Pakistan expects long-term response from the international community for building a climate-resilient infrastructure. Giving an overview of Indian human rights violations in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said the Indian security forces reportedly killed 214 Kashmiris, 57 of them in custody or in fake encounters during the last year. She urged the international human rights machinery and organizations to take note of this tragedy. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and world over are observing Right to Self-Determination Day today with a renewed pledge to continue their liberation struggle till it reaches its logical conclusion. Call for observance of the day has been given by all parties Hurriyat Conference. Various activities including protest demonstrations, rallies, seminars and conferences in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan, and all major capitals of the world are being held. The day reminds United Nations that it must implement its relevant resolutions to settle the Kashmir dispute to save the Kashmiris from the Indian brutalities. The incarcerated chairman of all parties Hurriyat Conference, Masarat Alam Butt, in a message sent from New Delhi's infamous Tihar jail said the UN failure to implement its resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir had resulted in the continued suffering of the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Other Hurriyat leaders and organizations including Engineer Hilal Ahmed War, Khadim Hussain, Sayyid Sibte Shabir Qawmi and Jammu and Kashmir Democratic Freedom Party in their statements said it is the responsibility of the UN and the international community to hold India accountable for committing brutalities on the Kashmiris and not honoring its international commitments on Kashmir. In Islamabad, a delegation of APHC Azad Jammu Kashmir chapter led by the convener Mahmood Ahmad Sagar submitted a memorandum today to the UN office. The memorandum addressed to the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged him to take steps for resolving the Kashmir dispute by giving the Kashmiris their right to self-determination. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has said Pakistan remains determined to play its role to support the right of self-determination of Kashmiris through a free and fair plebiscite in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions. In his message on the occasion of the Right to Self-Determination Day, he said our strong and steadfast moral, political and diplomatic support for the Kashmir people will continue till realization of this inalienable right. On the fourth day of the second cricket test against New Zealand in Karachi, Pakistan have lost 2 wickets without having any score at stumps this evening. Earlier, New Zealand declared the second innings at 277 for the loss of 5 wickets in the third session of the day and set a victory target of 319 runs for Pakistan. The scores: New Zealand 449 and 277 for 5, Pakistan 408 and 0 for the loss of 2 wickets. And finally, the weather report. Cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold in upper parts and North Balochistan during the next 12 hours. Dense fog is likely to continue over plain areas of Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Upper Sindh. Frost is expected in Potohar region during morning hours. However, partly cloudy weather with light rain with snowfall is likely in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.